Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in, Ray Ray. Welcome in. I'm gonna call her Tap Tap because she's a friend of mine. Mackenzie. Thank you, Susan, for speaking the truth. Yeah, I get it. Can you have a wrench? $5, honey. I'm just joking, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. No, honestly, I mean, YouTube can trip you up when you're on here. You got to be very careful of what you're saying because it only takes Jackie and Tony to go down to a civil court and say, look, we had harassment for our unalive child, and look what Ziggy did, right? And that was less. That was less. And Tab, I want you to know I wasn't speaking any ill. I actually dropped down off panel. That was me. I wasn't booted or anything like that. I put myself up there. I said what I wanted to say, and I was done, more or less. Because when I was listening in, it something just like dropped in my stomach where I was like, my God, you know what I mean? Throwing the fact that her marriage broke up. It's almost like 99.9% when you lose a young, beautiful child, you're either going to bond together or the marriage is going to break. And there's more chances of the breaking of it than actually sticking together. And that's the absolute statistics. I get paid Tuesday. I was checking then. Oh, come on. For fucking hell, right? I'm only joking with you. I know I wasn't even talking on here. I wasn't talking about anyone's children. I was talking about a different case. And sorry to mention your name, Mackenzie, but it was Mackenzie Sharilla case I was doing. Hey, lovely Jubbly, how you doing? Yes, and I was listening in. Look, when I went in and chatted in our chat, I came in the last 20 minutes, not the hell knowing what was going on. So I had no idea of anything what was even going on. I had no idea that Tabitha was in there. And I literally read a text saying, oh, was Tabitha in there? I had no idea. I didn't know. Right. Funny that she has super stickers and I don't get none. And I like to be very honest and truthful. But anyway, look, who cares, right? There is 99. Hey, little devil, how you doing, lovely? There is 99% of families that break away because of a loss of a loved one. Um, and the way she was talking about, the way it was mentioned, I didn't like that vibe at all because you gotta go through a situation like that to even begin to understand it. I have never been in that situation, but people don't understand me, I guess. I know what mental health is all about. I know how it can mess you up. And then they're talking about medications on the live, and I'm like, don't talk about that. Don't, whatever the doctor has put you on, don't talk about it. Hey, Tony, don't talk about your medications, guys. Leave it alone. You're on it for a reason. Hey, Maya, how you doing, lovely? You're on the medications for a reason. And only a mental health psychiatrist doctor can put you on it. And it's not like you can do anything. You know, so yeah. Now, I do believe her in saying that she had one Xanax for an MRI because they do the very same thing over here in the UK. The very same thing. I don't believe that she's on Xanax or anything like that. I don't. And I'm not taking sides. Look, please understand, I am not taking sides because me taking sides is just ridiculous. But I didn't know that. See, I haven't, how to explain this one? I haven't been watching our little area of YouTube a whole lot. I've been researching on cases and stuff I was hoping to bring to YouTube. Um, the Ohio children. I don't want to bring that to. I don't want to bring that right now because there's lots of minors involved in that, and I want to make sure that everything is blurred out and things that shouldn't be on YouTube. I don't want to put there. I don't want to do that to anyone. But it gets back to the whole look. We're going to get to we're going to get to the point here. No one should be talking about someone's loved one. If Tony's young man, her only youngest son was cleaning something and something went off. My God, I mean, look, that can happen to anybody. It doesn't mean that you're a bad parent. Doesn't mean anything like that at all. It's just crazy. Yeah, I try to not leave I try genuinely not to leave the side stuff. But I know Tony long enough to know her. And I even got to know Jackie at one point. But if he decided to break the marriage, well, that's up to him. Tony, I'll get you one. Don't worry. When this live is over, what I'll do is I'll click on and I'll hit you. I'll hit you up with one. No worries. Yeah. No, don't worry, Tony. Don't worry. I got you covered, girl. And look, once again, you're talking to a mother who has her last young baby, who is 17 years of age, and he tragically got unalived, and it literally when I was listening to that live, the only reason you might notice I didn't chat in the chat, I literally just asked for a link, and because it hit me to the pit of my stomach, where it almost made me very ill. It gave me anxiety because no one knows what that's like. No one, until you go through something drastically or very hard in your life, you're not going to understand it or even be able to understand what's going on. Oh no, I will definitely give Tony a wrench, Mackenzie. Don't worry about that. I don't want to wrench the whole chat up because yeah, you and Tony, yeah, go back a long way. Yeah, me and Tony do go back a long way. I mean, look, I could pull videos out of the archives or go back about 3 or 4 years, and you'll find. I mean, Tony are always on the panel, on the panel. And I'll do that one day in fun. I will do a fun thing like that. And I'd like Tony on panel when I'm doing it because she would be laughing. I want to make her happy and not internally sad. Not only did she lose her baby, I'm going to call him the baby because that's what I know. She ended up losing the person she was married to for many years. And as the statistics in America, I looked out. See, when I go up there, I go up there with facts. Um, it's like 90% of them couples who lose a loved one. 90% of them don't stay together, and that's just the way it is. And someone to make fun of that, I genuinely can never find humor in it. I don't. And that's what hit me. It really, you know, it really fucking hit me, guys. I can't tell you. And I even said to Purple, look, I'm not against you. Tony, I'm not against you neither. But here is the truth. Here is the truth. Stop talking about a young man who is in a better place than all of us right now. Stop it, you know? It needs to stop. And then the whole medication crap comes into play where, well, if Tony is some way medicated, I would understand that's probably better for her. And I don't know, and I don't. If anyone knows me, I don't ask questions like that. I don't. I know when things went wrong for me, how medicated I was. You know, and once again, I don't expect anyone to feel anything, but people don't understand how the system went against me. You know, I'm on a Facebook group right now where the UK government have used people's mental health against mothers who were, even though the doctor said that they were good to look after the kids, they used that against them. Basically, in other words, they weaponize people's mental health over here in the UK. And I do believe at one point there's going to be hell to pay for that one. Yeah, I got a link, Tony. Yeah, sure. Um, but look, I'm waiting for that day. Trust, believe me when I say that one. Was I unfit to be a mother? No, no, that's not what the doctor said. And I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Hold on, because streamers keep changing up, and of course I don't come on here a whole lot until I have fucking hell. Where's add the person there? I it's coming up crazy, like welcome to a new page. And I'm like, what the hell is that? StreamYards have gone up quite a lot, so I'm on the free StreamYards right now because I live my own. I don't have anyone bringing income into me. So a lot of things do go on, and it can be various different things. And my heart, genuine. Tony is like 1 or 2 months older than me by birth, so me and Tony have always clicked. Me and Tony's always clicked. I mean, Tony, now put you on panel up.
All right.
You okay on camera?
Yeah, I'm okay on camera.
All right, lovely.
Wanted to show my face. It's so bloated, Purple
Oh,
said,
well, look.
and I look ugly.
No, you don't look ugly. Come on.
Show my face.
You don't look ugly. Tony, it's not like we're in our 30s anymore. Me and you are 46 right now, so, hell's bells, right?
Yeah, I'm not running around either from man to
Right.
man. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to go run around with men or find someone to be with. I've been married since I was 15,
Mm-hmm.
and I want time on my own. I
Right.
want time on my own. Yeah, sure, it might feel good to find a friend, but I've got all I need. I got friends on YouTube. I'm
Right.
doing my own thing.
Don't worry about it. You'll get used to that. Just not just right now because I'm speaking to Tony.
So, how have you been?
Tony, me, I've been good. I've been all right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When
That's
we
good.
say what's the word all right, I mean I guess I'm as good as I was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I seen one time that person got up there and kept fucking with you.
Right?
They were supposed to come up on panel. They kept asking to come
Yeah.
up and then
Yeah. Yeah.
no, nothing to me today.
And
Two
they told
different
me
people.
when I give out the 10 free memberships on my channel, they said they didn't want a membership from a person with mental health. Well, sorry to bust your bubble, buddy. And it's not buddy, like it's not buddy, West Coast buddy. But this guy alone.
Hey, little
I
devil.
mean, there's like 90% of people have mental health on YouTube.
Kenzie.
You know, the people need to grow the fuck up. People need to really stop and watch what they're saying because silly things like that kind of do get to me a little bit because I know what I went through and I know what way I came out the other side. And it takes a very strong person to do that with a lot of help. With a lot of help. And when you have someone, when you're handing out free memberships,
That's how I feel.
I've met that I met. Thank you that I had too. I've never shied away from it. You
I
know.
have it too.
Well, Tony, you're going to have mental health because of what you went through, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You just need to get on with it.
I'm on Xanax. I'm on not on opiates. I'm on
Opioid.
Xanax,
Yeah,
but no opiates.
opioids. You mean they're a pain relief. They're a pain tablet, and the doctors don't give them out to just anybody.
Yeah, you have to go through pain management to get them here.
Correct.
And I haven't went through pain management yet. I did in my 20s, and I got sick of getting all the epidurals,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to do surgery on my back. They wanted to put titanium in each bone because the bones are touching.
Right.
Like you look at my X-ray and you could see that I have bones that are bone
Right. So
on
that's
bone.
causing you a hell of a lot of pain.
Yeah, a hell of a lot. And the spinonosis is bad. The spinonosis makes me fall down.
Mm-hmm.
My mom has it, and she has it and got it diagnosed with it later than I did.
Right.
She's barely getting around now.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about opioids, guys. Genuinely, if you're on them, okay. If you're not, I don't want to talk about what medications I'm on because I feel it will be used against me. But I know what I take, and I know everything with me is very much controlled. It's not even funny how much they control my medication over here. It's literally crazy. It is what it is. But
They're strict warnings. People can't just go get them and go to the doctor and say,
not at
"Hey,
all. No,
I
you
want
gotta have.
pain." I mean, you got to have severe stuff wrong with you for them to give
Mhm.
them out.
Yeah, yeah.
A
I kind
lot
of.
of people doctor shop though
Yeah, you
too,
can't do that in the UK at all because you're under the NHS. You get one doctor. Yes,
and
they
that
can send you
doctor
to.
knows
They can
everything.
send you to pain management. Yes, they can send you, say, for this, that, and everything else, but you're still under the same general practitioner. So there is no hope in hell you can ever doctor shop here in the UK. You can't do it. It's unheard of. You can't do it. And
Mhm.
I'm not going to name out. I know I'm on very strong pain relief, but I'll do more justice for me saying quiet about that than actually mentioning it because I feel that me saying what I'm on, people are going to run with that one. So I decided to stay quiet. And there's two components with me. You have pain management and you have mental health. So yeah,
So sorry, Tabby.
I must get on with that.
Rose red.
Yeah, I call her Tap. I asked her if I call her Tap quite a while back, and she said, "Yeah, I'm a friend because
Yeah.
it started
I
at 15
think
years of age."
the in color rose red. I call her both Tabitha and Rose red.
Yeah, but she knows me. I like to call her Tabitha.
Yeah. Tabitha's a good person. She's one of my administrators
Yeah, she is.
in
She
my
is.
channel.
Tabby's a really good person.
And she's been one for a long time.
Right.
She's been one for damn, it's been a long time. I can't even remember when.
Right, Tabby. But Tabby knows I like to call her the short way of calling her, because that's an Irish thing to do. I mean, people in Ireland, my name is Susan, Susan, but the Irish, they always call me Susie. It's just the way Ireland is, you know what I mean? But when someone comes in and calls me Susie, I'm kind of looking at them sideways a little bit. I mean, hold on a minute, because I've been living in the UK for so long now. But I don't think YouTube should be about dragging mothers of unalive children.
Absolutely.
That's not what we signed up for. And that's why I try to genuinely, for the last couple of lives I've been doing it on the no offense, Mackenzie, I know you're in the chat. But it was the Mackenzie Sherrill case. I wanted to go in that direction, more or less, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the crash.
Right, yeah. I told everyone, go watch the crash, come back and let's talk about it. Because
Yeah, my
I've been
neighbor goes to a podcast and they were talking about it.
there's
It
lots out
covered
there. There's so
more
much.
in depth on what's going on with the crash.
Right, you see the crash as the Netflix thing, but they're not. They show you. They have your mind guessing. So jump on after watching that. Jump on YouTube and keep looking. Hey, Purple, how you doing? Hey, Mrs. T, welcome in.
Hey, Mrs. T. Hey, Purple Phoenix. How are you today, sweetheart? I'm just peachy and I sound just fine.
Okay, no, when and did they G filed that sick? Yeah, I need to be brought to justice. If you thought about the Ashcraft with Anne, Sharon Screen, once
Yeah,
again,
it had something to do with Buckeye and Linda
yeah,
doing and got the Levitt got the pictures. He gave them to Linda. Linda gave them to Buckeye, and Anne is in the middle of that.
hmm
So I do believe Anne's been hiding herself.
yeah, I haven't seen her around.
So the ones that did that and brought them photos out of Jenna, you're sick and disgusting. I hope you get in trouble for it. And we know that Buckeye's been hiding. She's been hiding for a while now.
Because she's fucking involved, that's why. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not gonna stand up for Purple here or anything like that, but it wasn't all Purple. There was other players involved there.
yeah. Purple was just in the Discord and
Right,
was
and they
unfolding
used
pictures
her
of
Discord,
someone
and they did unsolicited
dangerous
photographs.
too.
You know,
Yeah,
unfortunately, Purple was the owner of the Discord, but they did use Purple quite a bit, and you know, if they were really true friends to Purple, do you not think they would have stuck around? You know, it's food for thought, really, when you think about it.
yeah.
All right, Aaron, you enjoy your food, sweetheart.
Bye, Ray Ray. I'm glad she's coming out and going into panels and stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, Rara is a good person. She really is. It wasn't Ray Ray who did anything. It was fucking Buckeye and Anne. So where is Anne right now?
I guess she's hiding out.
Right?
I
You
just,
know, it's crazy.
I don't know where she's hiding, but the ones all took off. I mean, Linda barely goes in purples because she had something to do with it too.
Yeah, and I did come on at one point and say Jenna doesn't want me talking about it, and I respected Jenna's wishes. But funny
Mhm.
enough, it keeps coming back to me. It really does. You know, it genuinely does keep coming back to me. But I guess because we're all in the same community, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't mean to talk about it, but it just enrages me. And what Purple did to Ray Ray was awful, and
Yeah,
what
no,
she
that was
did to
bad.
me was awful, and that's not right.
Yeah, no, you know, once again, I mean, there you go with the. This is what I was trying to warn Purple, not in a bad manner or not being of any side of anybody, but please be careful what you say on YouTube because it only takes someone to do a GoFundMe, Tony, and where's she gonna be left? You know?
Yeah,
I mean, look what happened, Ziggy and Six Up. Six Up thought she was gonna win that. She did.
yeah, she
She didn't.
won. Ziggy won.
Ziggy won. The one person you think who wouldn't have won. That's the way the civil courts work, and that's why I say to you, well, please be careful of what you're saying. Please, just be careful of what you're saying. Because when you think you're in the right and you have complete freedom of speech, well, actually on YouTube you don't. You don't.
Nope.
We can't use the word pew pew. You know what I mean when I'm saying pew pew? You can't say that word. You can't say
Mm,
you can't say you have to use the word unalignment. Um no, you don't have freedom on YouTube, not at all. So please, whatever people say, please be very careful because there is going to be someone who's going to do a GoFundMe and take that person to court. It's just the way it is. It's life, and you don't need to prove the judge 99.9% of the time. You need to show the judge there was in awful bad intent. That's all you need to prove. The civil court is 110 different than a criminal trial. I speak whatever the fuck I want. because I'm speaking the truth. Do you not think that I've already looked at stuff before I open my mouth? Just think about that for 1 minute. You think I'm bullshitting? Go look it up. Go look it up. I don't look. It's not the law I put in place. It's the law of the U.S. It doesn't take a person from the UK to look up the bloody law. Simple as. Be careful of what you're saying. That's all I'm going to say. That's. Because I mean, she something thought she had it in a handbasket, and in fact, the person she was going against actually won. So if that doesn't speak anything to anybody, that's that is not a criminal trial. That is a civil action.
Yeah.
So when I come on
What
here,
she
believe
did
and
to
trust me, I
me,
probably have looked it up.
I could get her in trouble for what
Right.
she did to me for
Mm-hmm.
years and what she did to Gavin for years.
And you ended up with
And
mental
then
health a few times too, didn't you?
again, mental
So that's
health issues. I ended up in the hospital three
mhm.
times, um, and psych wards. And, because I was fighting for my baby
Right.
and for myself and our family. I
And
fought
that's
with
what I'm
her
talking
for a
about.
long time.
That's called damages to you.
Yeah,
That's called distress, and that's damaging to you and your mental health at the time as well.
yeah. Like
And
most parents don't make it through if they've lost a child. And we were both grieving in our own different ways. You'll either make it through or not. And
right,
Jackie stepped out and cheated. So I guess he made it his way known that he's a cheater and wants to stay in that. And that's him. I'm 46 years old. I don't need to go looking for a man. I
yeah.
don't want no man. I want to just be alone for a little bit.
But before I even come on here and I spout out um court court stuff, I do know what I'm looking at. Just so you know, I don't come on here and just randomly come up with this crap. I do look up what I need to look up, and that's what I would say to everybody. Be careful what you're putting. Screenshots, um, lives. What Tony went through. That's all causing distress to a parent with an unalive child. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it is. And believe me, I look up stuff like crazy. I mean, I get up. I mean, you're all in bed one by the time I get up because I get up about 6 o'clock in the morning UK time, and I'm researching like
Hmm.
crazy. Everyone knows I'm a crazy researcher,
Yeah,
and I research. If something I don't know, I will research it until I find the answer. And it's not me coming on here spouting off and saying anything. No, I'm looking up law. I
yeah,
know I'm not a lawyer or I'm not anything like that, but I do know what's right and I do know what's wrong. So I would say be careful what you say. Just be very careful. And Tony, you're saying you're there by yourself right now. Once
yeah,
again, that should not be thrown in your face. That should not be thrown in your face.
yeah.
Because
You shouldn't.
parents of a child what was unalived, the statistics show 99.9% of those parents do break away. And there's the 1% of parents what actually stay together. And I know Jackie is supporting you, and I know he's paying the bills, and I think that he owes you that.
Yeah, he does.
It's not like you were getting it for free. You were with each other since you were 15. He owes you that. And if you
Yeah,
went to any court in your country, they're going to tell you the same thing. They're
yeah.
going to actually demand him to pay that
Like
amount
if
of
you
money
get a
anyway.
lawyer, he has to pay for the lawyer.
Right. He's the one who stepped out, not you. And unfortunately, that does happen when a tragedy happens to the family, unfortunately. And that's just the hard facts. I mean, look, if someone would say to me, research this and research that, and someone would throw in my face, well, you don't live in America. You don't need to live in America to find out what's the law. It's not very different than the UK. They just have different how would I put it? Different
I think
terminologies, different
starting,
words.
I think Purple's jealous because her man ain't taking care of her right.
Well, I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know.
Yeah, she's jealous of the thing with Jackie. But me and Jackie's been best friends since 10 years old.
No, I know
We
that.
still
Yeah.
talk. He comes by. He still puts groceries in the house. He pays all the bills. He still mows the lawn. Comes and takes the trash out. I've got my son's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She stays here with me, so I'm not alone.
Right. Because it's very hard for you to be in a marriage for such a length of time and then suddenly be left alone. That in itself is going to cause some degree of distress and mental health.
Mm. And it does.
It just is. Yeah, totally.
Like, I can't help it that he still takes care of his stuff at home that he needs to.
But Tony, if you had taken him to court, he still had to do the same thing anyways. He owes
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah.
And Jackie never comes in here anymore, actually. Um,
He don't come and check in on you. He goes into
mm,
purpose.
no, he don't come in here because I will tell him how it is. Hey, Daniel, how are you doing? Happy Sunday.
Damn. Yeah, I thought he went and checked up and came on.
Yeah, no, Mackenzie, that's the thing. He's still married to Tony, so he needs to take care of Tony. You know, he
Yeah, when
can,
you file for divorce, it's my decision when I want to
right?
file for it.
And even at that, you don't even have to sign the paperwork if you don't want. That's your decision. That's your own thing.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure that will go through a proper court of law if indeed that does take place. At the moment, we're looking at it the way it is right now. That's not happening.
Yeah.
He's taking care of you financially, and he's taking care of your basic needs. That's what they call it here in the UK. They call it taking care of basic needs, more or less.
Yeah. And plus, if we go to court, he'll have to pay maintenance pay on me.
Right. That's 100% true because
But
you've
I
been
should
married for such
still
a
be
long
able
time.
to, I
Yeah.
should really be living the lifestyle we led.
Yep.
So he'll have to give me maintenance pay.
Yeah. Now he's keep up
He's
your
done
lifestyle.
how to do that before. He had to do it and he had to give me like $300 a week, I think.
Yeah.
Three or 350, something like that,
Mm.
weekly.
And does he? But he pays for your food and pays the electricity bill and the rent. I don't know if your house is mortgaged or not. I don't know.
No, I don't have a mortgage. We own this house
Oh,
outside.
that's shares then. Okay.
Yeah, we bought it for $27,000 and redid it and
Yeah.
restored it.
You refurbished it more or less.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then because Jackie knew how to do those stuff. They
Yeah.
did it in 4 months that
Mm-hmm.
we moved in.
I don't think anyone should throw someone's failed marriage in their face. I'm sorry, but I just I'm not there with you. If you're thinking that, I'm not there at all. I genuinely think that no one should ever throw anything like that in anyone's face when they lost the youngest one of their children, through no fault of the parents, I would say, regardless of what way you want to say, whatever, one child is in heaven right now, and it's known to happen. And these things are so common. I mean, I researched it. It's so common to happen when a
Hey,
tragedy
Jim.
happens in the family. It's so common to happen. Right. Mackenzie, I'm just reading your comment. I look. I don't question if Purple is married. Not really. It's not my business. I mean, to me, she says she is, but I mean, look. I don't live in America, so I don't know. But I do research a lot of stuff, especially when families go through a tragedy, and there's so much that the percentage of that
I'll
marriage
be right
failing
back, Susan. I
afterwards
gotta go to the
is
bathroom.
unbelievable.
I'll be right back, Susan.
All right, lovely. You
I'm
take your
gonna go to
time.
the bathroom.
Take your time. Just mute if you're going to the bathroom or anything.
No, I'm gonna leave the phone in here and go in the other room.
Yeah, you know, is there fault? Is there blame on the other? No, there's not. I mean, my God, it's a tragedy. You know what I mean? Why you fight him back? Yeah, pay when she has a boyfriend that will pay her and her kids that way. Who are we talking about, Mackenzie? I don't know who you're talking about there. And it means like people like when I came into Purple's live on the first live in the last minute, people thought I knew what was going on. I knew nothing. I just literally was doing a lot of research and I ended up going in there. So, and I am going to go in and say hello and be some respectful and all that. And I don't have anything that I want to say anything negative about her. I don't. I mean, what went down with me and Purple back in the day, I'm over that crap. That's all part of me moving on. Hi Jill, how you doing? They don't give a F about marriage or they lie about it. Yeah, well, I have no idea. You know, I can't say. I'm not. Right now. I'm not married. I was married once upon a time. But I got divorced when I came to the UK. So, and I do use my surname as my family name, which is Bennett, and I've never hid that at all. I have been married, and I ended up getting a divorce here in the UK. And you know what? And even at that, the solicitors asked me, did I want money? I said no, just give me the divorce. Basically, I wanted my surname back, and that was how I seen it. And that's what I got back was my surname. And then all my documents and my British ID cards and everything, it's all under my surname. Even the channel. I've never hid my name from my channel. I'll use my proper name. I don't see, because someone could just go along, you could be live for 3 or 4 months and someone will go away and drop your surname in the chat or your whole full name. So I just thought, oh, well, let's skip that and use my proper name. And actually, when I renamed my channel, I did have at least 5 people give me different names for the channel, and it was Hairbag who named this channel. So When we say let's talk with Susan, that means anything underneath the kitchen sink,
Yeah.
literally. And I do like, now I'm gone to the point where I do like I am, if anyone who knows me in my private life, they will tell you I am crazy at research, and I research almost everything. There is nothing I don't research.
Hey, Pop Pop Fizz.
I don't know what that is, but welcome in. You know,
Mhm.
so I try to keep everything organic as possible. Have I messed up in my past? 110%. Look, I'll take it. You know, did I say shitty things when I was intoxicated? Yeah, I'll take that too. But nowadays, I'm putting out better content, and I'm putting out a lot more things, and I'm not the way I used to be a long time ago. And I think people are starting to notice the difference. They have to be noticing the difference because apart from my medication, I'm not intoxicated. But then again, you could say, is she intoxicated from our medication? Well, that line's within a fine line of looking at things.
Well, yeah, when I get ready to go to bed.
Take your sleep meds, and before you know, you're getting a bit slurry, and you think, wow,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to come on. I need to take my sleep meds before I get off the live, because trust me, it will happen me too. So I decided to take my sleeping meds and all that before I get offline, because I noticed that a lot of people were putting it down to alcoholism, and
I go to bed early. I can't help it. I have to.
Tony. I'm the very same. I will literally,
Mm,
I will literally go to bed. I mean, the minute I get off this live, I'm probably gonna head to bed,
yeah,
literally. And I like coming on and doing lives. You know why? Because I'm talking and it tires me out. Because I'm there researching all day long, all day long, all day long, and I'm not talking. And hell, coming on live, it genuinely tires me out. And I'm like, I'm so grateful I got to go live and have a peaceful life and a good life, and go to bed in a. But yeah, my bed is my safe place. It really is. And Tony, I guess you feel the same way too.
yeah,
When you're asleep, you can be anything in the world. You know. It's unless you go through a very difficult time in your life, you're never gonna understand it. And that's what I noticed about YouTube. Because people didn't go through it, they think they don't get it. They do not understand. So, like I said, I own up to all my stupid shit. You know, am I doing it now? No, I am in a 10 times better place than I've been in a long, long time. You know, and it took me a long time to get it. What are we talking about? 5 years?
yeah,
Easy, easy 5 years. You know, I'm feeling 10% of what Tony's feeling because of the child. Tony's feeling at least 50% of that.
yeah.
110%.
I understand how you feel about your child too.
Right, because he's not here
Because
every day. He's not here every day with me.
and there's people that's went after your son. Purple's went after your son before,
Right.
and that's awful to do. She's always got to go for the kids.
And it's wrong. It's what I feel in my heart. I would say 10% of what Tony's feeling, 50% of that one. And trust me, it's painful.
The mama bear
Right?
always handles her cubs.
Hmm.
She will fight for her children to the end.
You got to bear in mind, I only ever had two children. I have my daughter, who is 26 right now, and I have my son, who is 13 right now. So I only ever had two kids, so I had one of each. Um, and my son is, and I'm not making less of my daughter. Please don't ever think that I am, because I'm not. Because he's like underage right now. I am very, very protective of him. Very, very protective. And when he comes to me and when I get to see him, he talks to me like he is. They say a most funny word over here at Tony. They say venting, right?
Benton.
So no, venting. Like I gotta tell you this. I gotta tell
Benton.
you. They're like, oh, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. That we call that venting over here.
Oh,
And when I talk to him, he's still venting, which is a lot of information all at once.
yeah.
And he told me, which broke my heart actually. For a person I was made out to be a horrible person, what my son said to me made the world of difference to me. He said, "Mom," he said, "my childhood dreams were in Oakhampton. That's not a child who has been hurt or abused or the horrible stories we hear out of America. No, not even near. What they did, the UK, what they did was they weaponized my mental health against me. Bottom line. I
Yeah.
know that. I know that. A lot of people know that. It is what it is. There's going to be a time when all this stuff is going to be shifted and turned around. Because I'm not the only person who was put in that boat. There's lots of UK moms out there who have been put in that boat for various reasons, but and I speak with them people, and I know, I feel that I know now that I'm not alone, and a solicitor said your mental health should never have been used against you in that way at all. But when they decided to take Annie and put him to London at that time, that made my mental health like you're talking about like a 5. They put it up to a 50.
Yeah.
Genuinely put up to 50.
Yeah. Mother can't stand to be without her kids. And she'll stand up to them and go to the fire and
What
even die for
a
her
young boy
kids.
I brought up with from a newborn all the way up and taught him how to go to the toilet and all that. A young boy who he was he was just there was Susan, but there was always the little man beside me, and that was Ali. And I won't call him little anymore because he's not. He's getting taller than me right now. So
No,
yeah, no, he is.
he's growing bigger than his mama now.
Oh yeah, no, look, we were.
My grandson's
I'm thinking
taller
by the
than
next time
me.
he comes to me, when I see him, I think he's gonna be over. He's gonna pass me out. Because the last time I seen him, he was like, I think 5'2.5", and I'm only 5'3". So yeah, he's gonna a thin lad bounce up.
I agree with you, Rose Red.
Yeah, you cannot tell me that Purple wouldn't fight tooth and nail about her kids. I believe she would. I look honestly when if only people knew the true me. I fought for a year for my
But
son. I
you
never
need to
I
take
never
it
turned in the
from
towel.
there, Rose
I
Red.
genuinely never turned in as much as it broke me, I still never turned in the towel.
Yeah.
Not at all. And I guess that's as much as I'm going to say because I don't want to upset myself because I know how hard it was.
Yeah.
And I felt, I mean, look, I genuinely felt completely alone. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have 10 people sitting beside you in your mind, you feel completely alone. You could have 10 people sitting in front of you. You're not tuned into them. Your mind is somewhere else. And that's the way it was. And I do believe I'm counting down. We looked up the UK law. It's a young man can leave, or a young man or a young woman can leave their home at 16 years of age and go back to their parents. So I have another 3 years.
Yeah, Pooh, 10
But
year
you
old.
made but you made a statement that once a mother or father loses parental rights, they are no longer a mother or father.
She's talking
That's
about
bullshit.
Saturday.
You know what? I'm not even going to read the rest of that. I have never lost complete parental with mine at all.
She's talking about Tabby.
Hmm. I've never lost that because like I said, I never turned in the towel, and I decided to isolate myself away from my own family in Ireland to remain in the UK because I knew my son would come of age eventually, and he'll want to be back with me again. I just knew that, I don't want to out my son on what he tells me, but I know what's going on.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Mm. Tony, is like you have a conversation and you're like, okay, that's between you don't
Yeah.
out it,
It's not nobody's business
right?
about their families, their kids.
Mm. There's a lot I know. I mean, I had to look up the U.S. Court of Law to look at. Well, give me a look and see what I mean. Why is Tony's child, who is in heaven right now, and I totally believe he is up there because I've been brought up religious and I do know my religion. To the point that I often had priests come out to me. And when I say priest, it's because I come from the Catholic Church. But I genuinely don't think it's a good idea to talk about anyone's children, especially when you have no idea. You were not there. You did not witness it. You weren't there. So I
And
would
she
just,
did some awful things. Some
mm,
awful things. Pooh still has all the shit that he had on her, or she had on her. She thinks
right.
Pooh no, but Pooh does, and Pooh will put it out there.
You gotta be very mindful what you say on YouTube nowadays because people will go to the courts. They will absolutely go. I
Yeah.
mean, if people thought Ziggy was a lost cause, look what happened to her.
Mhm.
And I genuinely do see a bigger case when it comes to you going into a mental health ward because of the stress of YouTube and all that going on and certain other stuff. I do believe that you do have a case, Tony. I
Yeah.
genuinely do. I do believe you
Years.
do
She
have
drugged
something there.
me in heaven for years and
Mm-hmm.
years it went on. And she wouldn't shut up about my child. And she would say foul, disgusting things about my child. And she has sat there and made me who I am today because of what she did to me over the last 4 years of my life.
Mm,
And I have the money to fight back. She doesn't.
right. Ray was saying collect your evidence as you go day by day. One, see, Ray, there you go.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to hurt people or, and look, I want to be one of these channels who don't take any sides. I don't want to be involved in any sides, but I do respect people who come in and say what they need to say, you know. And I have nothing against Purple. I really genuinely look what went on with me and her. Part of my stuff, me moving on and coming out of what I went through was forgive and forget, and that was just part of me.
Right,
That's
Ting.
part of my that was part of my recovery, to be honest. But and that's why I say that's when I went in there like 20 minutes before she shut down the first chat, the first live. I went in there and I had no clue what was even said. And I read in there, I said, "Oh, Tabitha was in here." I had no clue, none. I didn't know.
Who has the receipts, God? Just wait around for Pooh and he'll bring the evidence.
Well,
He
I'm pretty sure you
I
can
don't
collect a
know
lot of
for
that.
female now.
Make sure you have your dates and everything correct. Um, Me looking at what I was looking at because I was actually, funnily enough, I was researching the law in America before I even looked at anything, and I was like, oh wow, it's called civil action.
Mm-hmm.
It does cost money to go to court, but then again, Tony, if you put up a GoFundMe tomorrow, I can guarantee you a lot of people are gonna go and do that.
Oh,
And,
I've got
because
money.
I was thinking because you're on your own, you could do that, Spruce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get what you want. It's not like you want to take someone for everything. It's not like that at all. It's like you need to say, you need to stop.
Yeah, she never stopped. That's the thing. She brought it
And
up again. Because of Kim, because she asked Kim, "What did I do to you, Kim?" And Kim said, "You know what you did? You talked about a deceased child and their family.
mm-hmm.
And then you talked about Tony's son." And that's how it got brought up. Not by, wasn't Kim's fault. It was Purple's fault because Purple brought it up in chat or on her live one day.
Tony, I just need to go to the bathroom because I've been sitting on here for like, before I even came live, I've been sitting here for
You
a couple of
go
hours.
use, you go use the bathroom.
I'm going to mute. I don't want you hearing me flush my loo.
Yeah, little devil, I'm afraid she's not going to. She done threatened to talk about Gavin. And when that happens, she's gonna see me flip my fucking lid. Because nobody talks about my fucking family. Nobody. So we'll see how it goes for her this time around. I'll be fucking smacking her through the phone, saying, "Wake up, bitch." Oh, who's got the receipts? The bad ones where she was talking about Gavin and talking about me and Jackie and how she was gonna check our case to make sure that we didn't kill him. That she tried to blame the death of our own son on me and Jackie. And saying that we could go to jail for his murder, or not murder, his death, and we couldn't. The detectives had did all that stuff and looked through all that stuff and interviewed us, and there was no case. They just, or we would be in jail. We would have been put in jail.
Excuse me, I'm back. Sorry. Tony, 110%. If there was foul play on the unalivement of your beautiful young
Thank you,
son,
Lord.
you would have been charged and all that. That didn't happen. You had nothing to do with it. It was a tragic accident, which does happen, especially with young teenagers, so to speak. And there's no more to be said in that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the police totally investigated it, and
Yeah, he had an infection from the
mhm,
gunshot wound that
yeah, I
wasn't
know.
going away in his mouth, and it was he succumbed to
Yeah, the
um
infection.
the, the infection, and that's how
Mm.
he died.
He probably got sepsis or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
Maybe,
teeth
I
thing,
don't know.
because they had to make him a new jaw, and it was
Oh,
titanium.
God bless him. So he didn't die from the actual gunshot wound. But
No,
I'm
he
sure
made it.
that
Must have
when the cops
something.
came out, they did a full investigation.
They
You and your
did.
husband were cleared from it. So no, you have nothing to do with that.
Everybody
So
in the house was cleared from it.
right. So that yeah, stop with
And
that one.
we didn't start. We were on the doctors, but that's right when COVID came out, and they weren't taking like appointments and shit. And we kept calling and calling. They finally were gonna get him in the next day.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
I remember Jackie saying that.
he survived 8 months. After the any it was a Glock, a hollow point bullet at that, and he made it through. The cops
Yeah,
couldn't believe he made it through.
yeah,
Doctors couldn't believe he was alive and made it through, but he did. He fought up there for his life.
yeah.
He went through a lot. And when he got home, he was in a lot of pain all the time. So he's on pain management, and he could never sleep at night from the PTSD from what happened.
Right.
And he still had like blood that was coming out of his ears. The doctors, I blame it on the doctors too.
Tony, you don't really need to go into detail on. I
Well, I
do,
just
but the
think
last thing I want you to do is
the
to
narrative that
really,
Purple
to
gives
really.
out.
I don't want you to,
When
go
I
back
need to be
back in
so
there and
straight,
go to a hard time.
and it needs to be straightened out because Purple wants to keep talking about it. I'm gonna have to talk about it and let it out
No,
there
I
because
know, I know. Look, if you
he's
want
not
to talk about
coming
it,
Mr. Gavin
feel free.
again.
Feel free to talk about it, but I mean, literally, you don't have to if you don't want to, sweetheart. Because that's going to put you in a mentally a bad way.
Yeah, I can handle it more now,
Yeah, you've grown
I've
a bit
grown a lot
stronger.
stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Purple can't get me on those things anymore. She can't say those things anymore. Everybody on Susan's channel just heard the way my son died.
Right.
And it's been proven that Purple has said some horrible things, horrific things. And she wouldn't like that if that was me going after her children.
Not at all.
She tried to bait him today to get me in some damn situation to talk about her kids. She wanted me to talk about her kids. And I said, I'm not going to do that because I
Right.
really am not the type to talk about children. But if you keep talking about Gavin, then I will talk about your children. And I don't give a fuck who thinks that's crazy. I'm not one to talk about kids, and I never
Mhm.
have. But I'll do the same to her what she does to me. It's called an eye for an eye.
Yeah. I know you don't even want to do that because I know your heart, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But you guys heard what
Okay, Tata.
has been going on. Is Tabitha leaving?
No, she's just running to the store for a minute. Probably getting cigarettes or something.
Mhm. All right.
She'll be back. My God, it's bloody roasting over here. The heat is killing me.
Thank you, Dream.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can't
you
that.
know, every it's a very hard subject to talk about, and at the end of the day, if
Yeah.
Tony wants to speak her truth, she's welcome to do it on my panel. Jackie did it before as well, just so you know.
Yeah.
And I even asked Jackie at the
And he
time,
told you the
"Do you
same
want me to
thing.
privatize that live?" And he said no.
And he told exactly what I just told.
Yes, he did. 100% he did.
So our
Because I even
stories
said to
are
him,
always the
"Do you
same.
want me to keep the live up or do you want me to privatize that?" And he said, "No, Susan, keep it up." Because
Yeah.
I had no problem privatizing that. I didn't, you know. But no, he wanted that to be out there. He wanted the truth to be said.
Yeah. And he started crying and let
He
it
did.
out.
Yeah, he did. My God, my heart broke for him. You know,
So we didn't say
I know you feel
on
different about him
Sunday.
now, but that was we're going back what, a year and a half ago, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, my heart broke for him because
Yeah.
this is real life. This is what people are going through. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a
Jackie
sad.
broke before I broke. He had had enough of what Purple was doing, and he
Mm,
broke before I broke.
yeah, he did. He did. I do believe that live is still up today for those who want to go and look for it. It's still
Yeah,
there
he looked for it.
because I did ask Jackie, did you after this when we're done, do you want me to privatize it? And he said no. He said keep it up.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what one it's called or
I,
anything.
you know what? I Tony, that's been so long ago. I can't remember.
I
But
can't
I'm
either.
sure I could get mods to go through it and look for it. But I don't have it privatized. I can tell you that. But it is definitely up there. But that's gone back. I think a year, maybe 2 years now.
Yeah, I
That's
think it
before
was
the
about
TV broke up,
2.
even.
Yeah, it was a long time before we broke up.
Yeah, yeah. And he was like pretty broken and very sincere. You could hear it in his voice.
He got sick of the things Purple was saying,
Yeah,
and he got up there and told just the same story I told.
but he wanted to tell him his side, and
Yeah,
he knew that no one here would judge him or anything like that, and no one did, not at all.
yeah, 'cause he was. We both grieved differently,
Right? Yeah. But see, the two of you are going through such a hard time right now. You know.
and then his death date's getting ready to come up July 29th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we're gonna release 6 balloons for his. It'll be 6 years he's been dead. July 29th. And then on his birthday, we release 24 this year because he'd be 24 on his birthday.
The 20. Yeah, he would have been 24.
So
Wow.
it'll 24 balloons. It's going to be hard being without Jackie and going through that
Yeah.
because we only celebrated that day and
You
the
know,
day
you were yeah, I mean, back then you two guys were like you were proper together. I mean, it wasn't like,
we were
anything.
we were
But
together.
the statistics show that families who go through such a tragedy like that, 99.9% of American people end up breaking away from each other, and that is the hard fact of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I guess that's what happened here right now. But it doesn't mean say you hate Jackie. You may dislike him.
yeah, but we're like I've known him. He's been my best friend since 10,
That's
so
what I'm
we're
saying
still
to you. You may
friends.
dislike him.
And he talks to me. He texts me now and talks to me more than he did when we were together.
That's crazy, isn't it? I've heard
And
stories
he
like
takes
that.
care of his responsibilities here.
Right. And
He
he is
just
looking
turned to
after you like,
cheating. Yeah, he just turned to cheating. He had to find
yeah.
who he was, I guess. I can't believe he did it by cheating on me, but
No, I know.
hell,
It sucks.
he's always been insecure his whole life. So he's cheated like 3 times and moved out and took care of the other woman's family and kids and, abandoned his.
Right. I mean, you have other children. What do they think about that?
It's hard because it broke our whole family apart.
Right. No, I totally understand that. It
So
does.
Misty has a
It does.
relationship with them, and Greg does, and I have a relationship with Greg and Misty, and I got to see all 3 of my grandkids at the fireworks. Sophia
Yeah.
was there, so I got to see Bryce and Natalie and Sophia. Sophia
Yeah.
was with mom. So I was so happy I got to see all 3 of my grandkids in one day.
Well, look. I mean, as I say, the chips may be down now, but they won't be down forever.
Jackie wasn't part of that. I mean, I really do feel that way. It was sad that Jackie wasn't a part of all that,
Yeah.
that he was spending the time with that woman and her
Right.
kids,
Which is
which is
that
his fake
at the
fucking
end of the day,
family.
Tony, you got to look at that as that's his loss. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Trust me, I came from a broken home. I understand what it is. You
yeah,
know, and you gotta understand. You gotta look in your mind and think. I spent all the time with my children and my grandkids. The dad wasn't around, but that's his loss. That's not yours. That's your gain, actually. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And that's gonna take you a little bit of time to understand that kind of stuff because it's
yeah.
all
Like,
it's
still,
very new
this
to
is
you.
like fresh, like 2 months. So I'm
Yeah.
still like trying to process
Navigate yourself
everything.
through it. Yeah, it is still all very new to you.
Yeah, and so I'm still trying to process it. But I know if I call Jackie up and I need something, he brings it right to me
Well, that's good.
because I don't drive.
Yeah, and he knows that too because you can't with your medication.
Yeah,
And for all the fucksticks who slag me about having a mobility scooter, do you not understand my mobility scooter looks like a car? Granted enough, it's not a car, but it very much resembles a car. And my son loves it. Just I get a lot of slack, Tony, for that, but I do that because I'm not. If you look at the legal way, the legal ramifications with me is I'm on a lot of strong pain relief and other meds. I would
Uh-huh.
be classed as being intoxicated and not by alcohol, intoxicated by medication.
Mhm.
So you cannot drive. And I'm not going to ever put a young child when my response levels are going to be off or slower. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not, you know,
Yeah, you have took a lot of shit about the scooter.
which they don't even know what it looks like. It actually looks like a car, which my son, fucking loves it. I mean, there's a back seat and a seatbelt and the whole lot. We have like heating and we have windows and yeah, it's very much like a car, but it's electric, obviously. But I get a lot of shit for that, you know. But I'm doing the responsible thing, by not putting anyone else's life in danger, because of my medications, my response would be bad, would
I
not be
hate to
right.
hear that either.
And the fucked up thing is they allow you to drive on the road and stuff like that. You have road tax and you have insurance, just like you wouldn't have an Americana car. I have total insurance and everything. I literally, so the gobshites who want to say anything about me, go fuck yourself. Simple as. I'm doing the responsible thing. I'm taking into what the DVLA said to me. I cannot drive whilst under due influence of my said medication. And someone gotta go out and get the shopping in. Someone's gotta go out and get the bills in, and it's all down to me. Bottom line. So, and the stupid scooter emojis I've seen up. I mean, I did have a little bit of a laugh on that one. The only reason why is because they're so wrong. They're so wrong. Mine does not even look like that. And fuck it, if my 13-year-old is having fun in the back of that, well, boy, I'm making him happy. As much as I see him smiling, I'm smiling too. And forgive me for being a responsible person, because that's exactly what I'm doing.
Heather, I hate to hear that. I hope you're okay.
What happened,
Especially
Heather?
with your 40th birthday just a few days ago.
Who's?
Her niece
Oh,
passed away, and September will be 20 years since my niece passed.
oh wow.
Mhm.
40, it's very young
Really?
age as well.
Yeah,
I think me and Tony are lucky to see our ages right now, to be honest, with the kind
yeah,
of crap we've been through.
yeah.
But people never seem, on YouTube, people don't ever want to recognize any of that. And you ask yourself why, you know? People can come on and, throw stupid comments in the chat, and, you know, I'm gone to the point where there's a lot of comments I will not highlight because I'm not giving them the time of day. I'm gone to that point now. My reaction on troll accounts, I don't highlight any of them neither. You know, I don't. I said this only a couple of days ago. I guarantee you wouldn't take one walk at one. You wouldn't put my shoe on and walk 1 mile of my the way I walked. You won't. Definitely not.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. And the bullshit I've heard out of Buckeye Mama's mouth that we get free meals and we get free this and we get where the what do we? Since when? Since when? I even heard Buckeye saying that I used to get free meals and throw them in the bin. Since when? Never happened. See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, stupid shit like that. But anyway, no, fuck it. I know my truth.
Yeah.
I, if you get free meals, you're gonna fucking be grateful you got it and reheat it and eat the damn thing, you know? A Buckeye did come up with a lot of stupid shit when she was on Purple with when she was on Purple's panel, more or less. Oh, Mackenzie, what you're referring to is when it was lockdown, we got 2 meals per day. 2 meals, two things. We never got complete free. You still have to go and do your shopping. But anytime I got them two free things, I never threw them in the bin. When I got them 2 meals, I was like, yeah, all I have to do is reheat it, put it on the plate, reheat it. Very, very grateful. I never turned them in the bin. Not once did I ever say I turned them in the bin. Not once. I was very grateful for that. But that was under lockdown. When lockdown got lifted, all that stopped. Everything like that stopped. If anything, they hyped up the price of the milk even. To this in this country right now, I don't remember you saying you turn them out. I remember you saying, yeah. No, that's more true to it, Mackenzie. I never turned anything like that in the bin. I reheated them and had them, you know. But it wasn't 5 or 7. Well, what are we looking at? 7 days a week? No, it was only two within the 7 days a week. We would get that, and that was in lockdown. Um, I never, not once, turned anything in the bin. Not like that. No. If I could afford a chef to cook for me, I would do that. But I'm the fool who went out and bought a
It's
new.
good about
I bought
having
a new
Joanna
dishwasher.
here. She
Huh?
helps me. It's good about having someone help you. Joanna helps me. She cooks the food
Mm-hmm.
for us, and she, the mailbox is so far down the road, I can't walk it up and down. She checks the mail, and she helps me out a lot.
Well, see, that's amazing.
And I'm not here alone.
Right. So you're not there by, like me, like I'm on my own.
Yeah, I was at first, and then she came to stay with me.
Yeah. No, for the first time, I've been on my own for about 5 years. And the way there was like, when I was living in the apartment, they said there was a receptionist outside my front door. That's bullshit too. There's no receptionist that's outside our doors. That's okay. But anyway, look, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest. Fuck it, if they gave me seven meals per day, I would be very happy with that. Why stick them in the microwave, heat them up, and eat them? Be done
I
with it.
usually just eat once a day.
That's what I do, Tony. I do the very same thing. I eat 1 meal per day. You can ask anyone who's close to me; they'll tell you I eat 1 meal per day, and that's it. And even at that, I drink um dehydration drinks. They're like they're mostly made out of water. They're not even fizzy, and there's lots of glucose and thingies in them. So I have them. Other than that, I mean, and plus my cigarettes. Of course, I do still smoke, but I went from 60 cigarettes down to less than 20 per day.
Oh, well, that's good.
Which it costs. It saved me a hell of a lot in the pocket. And because cigarettes are like £15 in the UK right now. And I'm just glad I cut down when I had to.
Yeah.
What do I eat for that one meal? At the moment, it's a lot of salads, Mackenzie, because our temperatures have gone so high. You don't want to have a hot meal. Anything salad to eat, boiled eggs, salad, uh, sliced tomatoes, you call them in the US. Um, Anything like that. And I've lost a hell of a lot of weight too, and I'm very proud of myself. So, not that I'm boasting or anything like that, but I've lost a lot of weight.
Jackie's on the shot Zebbound and he lost like 42 pounds.
No, he's on Zope. What's it called?
Zebbound?
Ozempic.
No,
He's on the other
Zebbound.
one. Yeah,
He didn't get the Ozempic. They won't do it unless you have diabetes for Ozempic.
right. I'm
He
not
seems to
diabetic or
be
anything.
really good. But he takes it's like Wegovy, but it's Zebbound.
What do we call sliced tomatoes in the UK? Sliced tomatoes, but I know Americans say tomato.
You say tomato and I say tomato.
I'm saying tomato, Tony's saying tomato. I'm saying boiled eggs and coleslaw.
Oh, I love coleslaw.
Cold, yeah, everything cold. Right now it's everything cold because they like temperatures are crazy over here right now. It's like I don't remember the last time I slept in my bed with actually a quilt or a blanket or anything over me because it's been way too hot. Crazy too hot. And to make it worse, from Monday onwards, all the temperatures are going right back up again. And I know they're right back up now because like, I can tell. Tomatoes, me, same word.
Yeah, like potato and potato.
Cucumber. That's what we do on salad dishes over here. Boiled eggs, some
Cucumbers.
lettuce, yeah, cucumber, uh, coleslaw, say, um, tomatoes, whatever, whichever, you know. Yeah, no, Heather, I can tell you right now. I mean, it's like we're 23:03 right now, UK hours. We're very hot. What's a melt? Something called a what? Did he email? I don't know. Oh, yeah, whatever. McKinsey. I have no idea about that. Nah, the weather's going right back up again.
I'll be right back, Susan. I'm gonna fix me a little salad. You got me on
No,
salad
I have
now.
you hungry now, love.
Yes, and
Yeah,
especially
yeah, no, go
salad.
mute yourself and come back.
I got salad mix and I got little tomatoes to put in it
Mm-hmm.
and French dressing.
There you go.
So
Proper healthy meal.
I'll be right back. Let me get it fixed up.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, mute yourself and you're there.
All right.
Someone called purple what? MEIT is what no, I have no idea what that bloody means. British slang, melt, is an insult to use describing someone who is weak, pathetic, over emotional, or a coward. I never knew that. Is that what a melt means? Now, bear in mind, I don't originally come from the UK. I've been here. Yeah, I've been here since year 2011, more or less. But I don't really pick up on all the slang words unless I hear them. But I still divert back to my Irish accent. Weird. It's kind of weird. I mean, I've heard people say that you're very mixed, and I'm like, okay. But then again, you gotta understand, I've been here years. And my son, boy, if you heard him, this little man, I don't know why I keep referring to him as little. In my mind, he is, but he's not. He has a lot to say with a proper British accent, not like mine. Actually, my son didn't even know I came from Ireland at one point. He thought I was born here. I was like, no, I don't come from here, which I found funny. When he said that to me, that was a couple of years back though. He thought I was actually born in the UK. I said, no. That was, I would think 2.5 years back. I like, I was like, what, Ellie, you think I come from this country? And he goes, yeah. I was like, no, I don't. I come from Ireland. He's the most cutest British accent. And I did hear from some people saying that he did have the posh one as well. I don't know what the posh one is or what the slang one is, but I know he doesn't use a whole lot of slang or anything like that. Somebody had let a guy driving too fast down the road. The guy stopped, backed up, and on no way shot at the family. Celebrating the 4th of July. Are you serious, Heather? Wow. And at the 4th of July, America's big independence. And it was your big one too, because I do believe it was like, maybe I have this wrong, but it was a 240 years of independence, I think. Wow, that's crazy. It hit 6 people, including a child. Oh my god. I hope the person gets life in jail. Oh, Tata, you had a kidnapping last night. Oh my god. In Arizona, there was like 5 or 6 helicopters in the air. Oh wow. Oh, they didn't find them yet? Man. God, look, prayers. I mean, please put prayers in the chat for all these people. Seriously, no one should have to go through anything. I guess everyone here knows what it's like to go through heartbreak in whichever form or whatever that is. It's so sad. It was big for someone, not for me. I just didn't. I didn't celebrate the 4th. I was celebrating again when we are actually independent again. Mackenzie, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't want to mention the country we were talking about, but I think I know who you're talking about, Mackenzie. Like I said, I like to do a lot of research. Trump has made a lot of a mess. Trump seemed like maybe I shouldn't talk about American politics because it probably ain't my place. Hmm. I think we're talking about. Well, I'm not going to mention the name of the country, but I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think I know what you're talking about. I think I'm. If I say the name, you're going to say yes. Israel. Does that ring any bells? Just put a one in chat or two in chat. If I'm wrong. I think you have a problem with Israel. Well, not so much a problem. You're hmm. I'm trying to not say too much. But when we talk about American independence, we are the United States. There you go, Mackenzie. Yep. Like I said, I do a lot of research. Sometimes I don't want to say too much because people will say, "Oh, well, you don't live in the United States." I never claimed to say I did, but the internet is not all about looking at YouTube channels. You can research whatever you like,
Yeah.
and it
So
makes you wonder who is controlling America right now. I do believe it's Israel, and that's just maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe that's politically wrong of me to say that, but
now you have freedom of speech. Speak what you want.
hmm, I try to hold back quite a bit, and I do believe.
We know what's going on in our country,
Mhm.
and it's fucked up.
Yep,
And no one wants to sit down and take care of the problem.
we have problems going on here in the UK too.
And I'm not a Democrat or Republican anymore. I'm a patriarch. It's for my country.
I couldn't hear a proper comment put in my chat, and it was by Mackenzie. It just hasn't affected America. It has affected the entire world. 110%. Yes. Both sides are allowed are yep, 110%. I'm hands down with you there.
Yeah.
110%. I
Our
think
country doesn't
Trump
have our
is
shit together.
I think Trump is on his third year now, so you have another 3 years and you can get him out. Because a president only gets what? Correct me when I'm saying this. Is it 4 and 4?
Yeah, it's 4 and 4, I
Right.
believe.
So you have another 3 years.
Yeah, but the damage that Trump has did, our country is not going to be right back to the way it is and was before. I mean, he did a lot of dirty shit.
Oh yeah, I know.
A lot of dirty shit.
Hmm.
I mean, he used to hang out with Epstein.
Epstein? Yeah.
Epstein. And I don't believe Epstein killed himself.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, look, the Queen's son, what was
Andrew.
his name? Andrew, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he flatly went out on a channel and lied.
Oh
Said
yeah.
he didn't sweat, but they knew he sweated.
How can we forget that one?
I
I have
don't
a rare
know.
condition. Let me see, can I just take the British accent off for a little bit? Hold on. Let me try this. You don't understand that I have a rare condition. Because of the Falkland War, I have this rare condition where I don't sweat anymore. It's called shell shock. Bullshit. And next day you have all the he did that interview, and then you have people posting him out in nightclubs like he said he never went to nightclubs. Yeah, the fuck he did. He did. Actually, I don't know if you know this, but when that interview came out, he was seen in Buckingham Palace with a black eye. I wonder who gave that to him.
Yeah.
He was stripped of all his titles. He's not as Prince. He's not known to be Prince
normal.
Andrew anymore. He's just
He
known to be
was
Andrew right now. He
he
lost
was
all his titles.
normal.
And I'll tell you another one who's going to lose all her titles. Harry.
Yeah, that ain't right about Harry. They like threw him out of the family.
No, they didn't. He left.
Yeah, he wanted to leave and then they stripped him of everything.
Yeah, he got stripped of all his military titles, but he's going to lose the rest now. And then he dished the dirt. I mean, he said a lot of shit. What for a fucking book? I mean, you don't do that.
I don't think Charles should be the king.
He's not going to be the king for too much long because he does have cancer and he's not going to be king for too long. Wait till William comes in.
That's the one that should be in control.
Right. And he's going to win. When he does come in, Harry's going to lose absolutely everything. Megan was on. Yes, she was. Thank you, Mrs. D. She was a yacht girl on Epstein's. I don't want to say too much because fucking. I don't know if they're listening to my live or what. Trump has made billions. What? While in office, while the rest of the nation suffers, Trump could give everyone in this world a 1 billion, and I still had millions. Yeah, the same as Elon Musk, 100%, 100%. Yeah, Meghan Markle. Yeah, they're not gonna have their titles for too much longer. Trust me on that. Wait till William comes in. William is Diana's firstborn, which is the next heir to the throne. Wait till he comes in, you see a lot of changes. I mean,
A lot of people want him to be
the king. Mm, I wonder why. I mean, Charles was one of those children back in the day who thought it was okay to talk to trees.
His uncle got away with. He had to step down because he couldn't do it without his wife,
Oh, yeah,
his girlfriend.
American lady again.
Yeah.
Meletta Wallace, I could be pronouncing that wrong. Excuse my
He
pronunciation.
wouldn't be put in the thing. The family wouldn't be put
Yeah,
in there.
so Queen Elizabeth took it from there then.
Hmm.
Queen Elizabeth was a doorbell.
And then her son gets by with what she ignored her uncle on.
I think William will surprise everyone and he will need Harry. It's strange that Mackenzie said that because blood is always thicker than water, and Harry is his brother, even though they're we were saying not at the great terms right now, but it's strange that you say that because I can see that probably happening if indeed he breaks off on Megan, which Megan only dragged him down. She was on Epstein's yachts and all that kind of crap. Of course. And if you're telling me the MI5 didn't look that up before he got married or Harry got married, they did. They knew all that. And the Queen did say to Harry, slow down, I think you're taking it too fast. That speaks volumes. You
Yeah,
know.
he tried to stop her son from being with Fergie.
All right. Randy Andy they call him. I have a rare condition and I don't sweat. Okay.
He just showed his ass when he did that.
Is there proof of her being on the yacht? Yep. It's been all over the UK newspapers. So yeah, there's been a lot of proof of that one. That's not me saying it. Look, I'm not against the girl. I don't know her. I really don't care for her. But no, it has been, yeah. Yeah, Pierce Morgan did call her out. 110% Mrs. T. But look, you'll either learn the easy way and you will take advice or you won't take it and you're going to learn the hard way. And I'm, fortunately, Harry's going to learn the hard way. That's how I see it. Now, Susan, do you ever watch Sean? Yeah, I watched him a few times. Yeah, he calls a lot of stuff out. Uh, well, if she was there, when she was young, don't be so sure that was Megan. Megan wasn't that old. People don't understand Megan is older than what she let on to be. I thought Megan was Harry's age. No, Megan's at least 6 years older than him, or even more than that. I mean, look, I didn't deep dive into that one, but it's been called out, and there has been pictures shown as well. What? Guys, what? Go, Gary. I have no idea what you're saying in English, my friend. What are you saying? Can you type that in proper English? I'm pretty sure you can. She may have been the victim. Mackenzie, I'm not going to dispute that one. I don't know if she was or not. I don't know. But I will tell you this: sure the fuck was there. And I'm not saying anything that no one else over here knows. She was there. Bottom line. Was she a victim of him? Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She never claimed to be a victim. But then again, I don't question like that. So yeah, it could have been possible that way.
Some people don't come forward.
What are you
They
munching
think
on?
the man, I'm getting PTSD.
Who said that?
I shut up.
You getting PTSD?
Maybe she does. I suffer it.
What, Megan? You talking about?
Yeah.
Possibly. You know,
Some people are like,
I'm not gonna say anything wrong. There was so many victims, 100%. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say anything like that. I mean, we don't, as we know the world today, we don't know whether she was a victim or not. I think it will take time if she ever comes out and says she was, but until that happens, we don't know. But is it possible she could have been? Yeah, sure. Anything is a possibility when it comes to Epstein. What about Bill Clinton on there? That's
yeah,
another one. My God,
he's
why
in,
me creepy as hell.
he's been there before. They have pictures of him there.
Mm-hmm.
And pictures of Trump standing by him, I do believe.
Yeah. Um,
I guess it's what the famous people and people with money do.
yeah, it's crazy.
He has a lot of clients.
Hey, cool gamer. Um, yeah, there's, I guess, you know what? I don't even think we're going to hear the full story of it all. I think we'll hear bits and pieces coming out every time, like we are doing, you know. Um,
Yeah.
Trump, there's video footage of him being in Mar-a-Lago with Trump back in the day. I would say way back in the day. I haven't seen anything of Trump being on the island, which I have with Bill Clinton, but doesn't mean say it doesn't exist. We just don't know.
I think there's a picture of him with Epstein. Because he used to go there.
Mm, there's a lot of things we're not going to know. Then we can't talk about all the Christians. That Mackenzie, I read exactly what you said. I'm not going to kind of call it out, but I totally agree with you. 100% agree with what you're saying. They are classed as the elite. We're not, you know? That's what they're classed as. The elite people. So, yeah. It's so sad when people are being treated, threatened. It really is. Uh, oh, well, look, Mr. T, come on. Fucking hell. The world is overheating anyway. I mean, look at the temperatures the UK gets. We're not used to all these hot temperatures. Hell, I'm just like not dying for next week. Come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not dying for them winters. That fucking heat, fuck me. You know what I mean? Up as far as this degrees and that degree. We're not used to all that kind of heat. Yeah, we'll get it for a little bit, but not as hot. And not for so long either. So, I mean, at one point it was hurting, heating 31 degrees. I mean, no. We are not like used to that heat. Tony, have you heard about this? I don't know
What?
if they're about it said that the way people are being treated, it really is the minority of homes packed up. They're banned from window air conditioners.
That's something awful.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it's hot, I gotta have the air on. I got also an air conditioner in the window in my bedroom. And then I have a little window behind me that I leave open. so the smoke goes outside.
Even if they could, the electric prices, bills would have kept them from using them. Well, we have the same problem over here. The electric prices are ridiculously high, very high. But in all fairness, we don't have aircon. So I can imagine if you added that on, fuck. It's the kind of world we're living in nowadays. It's a
Yes,
great,
we love you too.
it's the Green Deal that Biden put out. Yeah, Biden probably put out that when he was half asleep. I mean, not being rude or anything, but he was half asleep most of the time.
Yeah, I've heard of this, about this, because I followed everything on the Queen and Kings. I even watched The Last Czar, where they were murdered, and the whole family was taken in like this basement, and Hitler had him shot. He
Mm-hmm.
asked Queen George to help him and to come to his country, and he denied it, and that was his own family. And Queen Catherine married her own cousin, her first cousin.
They're now saying our electricity grid is in jeopardy because of Trump's bullshit. More concerning about money he's making that the lives he is actually support. No, fuck it. We have the same problem here. They keep saying our grid is gonna shut down and we can get electric shortage, which is obviously unheard for the UK. It's not like we're living in a third world fucking country or anything like that, but they're threatening you with the same crap as well. Fucking hell. Absolutely ridiculous. It's all because they don't want us to stay cool, and like I said, the elite will stay cool. They'll have their aircon and they'll have this meals handed up to them. I mean, my God, they don't live the life of an average person. When it gets hot here, we have rolling blackout. Rolling, oh, really? Rolling blackouts to lights. Oh, wow. Load onto our power grids. Oh, wow. Right, that's really sad. What's going on in the world? The UK is known to be like, one of those countries who have, you know,
I
like
think our country's
more or less like America when it
I think
comes
our
to stuff.
country's going to be put in a third world country.
That's what they're trying to do,
Yeah,
and then they're. I mean, literally, it came up in mind that there's every chance we can get an electric blackout, and I'm like, what in the UK? Holy shit! I was thinking the last time they got blackouts in the UK, I think it was in the Blitz. I wasn't even born. That was tell you how far back that was.
I forget what year the blackout happened. It was I don't know if it was in the 70s.
Now I think you go like the 70s were somewhere okay. Maybe back then, back a little bit more. But then again, I can't be sure because I wasn't born in the 70s.
Yeah.
They're trying to make out that like the countries like the UK and America are like we're almost turning into a third world country, which is unacceptable.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah,
That America's almost gonna become like a third world country. It's
yeah, and they're
already
saying the same thing about the UK.
it's already laid in process. It's labeled under that.
Oh well, let them try it. He'll find a way of surviving. Can you imagine if there was a big blackout? The rich and famous wouldn't know how to handle it. Whereas the people who are under the poverty line, we will say, well, they'll find a way. They will be the survivors, which is a weird kind of statement, but it's very true. Fucking if you're sweating your tits up all day, well, a couple of hours more is gonna kill you. Whereas the rich and famous, they're not used to that. Tony, what are you doing now?
Trying to open my drumstick.
Oh, okay.
I'm snacking before bed. Well,
Shit, our farmers are done. Yeah, they put up the fuel prices on the farmers, which they didn't earn them, but Ireland fought back, which wasn't surprising to me when I seen that. So yeah,
open it.
look at us from a different politics side coming together and waiting the same thing. Yeah, that's what's happening, Mackenzie. And you don't expect it from the likes of the UK and America, to be very honest. You know, that kind of speaks a lot. And I'm not looking forward to next week onwards because the temperature's going to bounce back right up again. Our blinders are opened. Yes, Mrs. Steve, 110% they are. We see what's going on.
I'll eat one for you.
Well, at least Tony had a nice salad and something else, and she's getting ready for bed.
Yeah, I usually go to bed at seven
Yeah,
thirty.
Tony, what time are you there?
It's almost 7 o'clock.
It's 11:38 here in the UK at
It's
night.
6:38. What is it there with you?
11:38.
11:38.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
11:38.
we're 5 hours behind.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? The time zones.
I know.
Listen, my blinders have always been opened. Let's say from everyone voting for Trump, LOL. Yeah, he fooled a lot of people, I do believe.
Yeah.
Let's make America
At
great
first
again.
I liked it. You know what all he said he was gonna do for us, but
Brian, on his
he
first
didn't
term,
do anything.
he wasn't bad. He was all right. But always remember, On the second term, they always go to war. They always do some fuck shit. Honestly, and it's not United States of America. It's the United States of Israel right now. And I hate to break that, and I hate to say that, but I see it. Oh, it's only 3:39 where you're at, Heather. Well, man, there's a major time difference there with me and you. I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer and then I'm going to get off because my bed is calling. And normally when I don't go live, I do go to bed a lot more. I go to bed a lot more earlier. 8 hours at yeah, imagine that. I think it's 5 with Tony and it's like 8 with you. Crazy. I may never vote again. Ray, I wouldn't throw your vote away just yet. Just be mindful of who you're putting in there. I'm a person who is not into politics, and I know for the next general election in the UK, I'm the 1% of people who need to get out and vote. I know that. And I'm actually gonna do it. I really will. I will do it. How many bankruptcies does this man have? And how much fraud has been
His
has
dad
been
was
convicted
sued.
of?
Him and his dad were sued for not.
He was never there for the American. He wanted the power and control. I believe Trump
I
was
think
also
he's a. He wants to be a monarch.
actually, which I find very ironic about Trump, right? He wants a Nobel Peace Prize. How can anyone give him the Nobel Peace Prize when he caused wars over in
Peace.
other countries? Does he think that's swept underneath the
Mhm.
carpet and the people who give out the Nobel Prize doesn't see that? Just food for thought, you know? It's genuine. I should be he keeps saying it, I should be given the Nobel Peace Prize. When you look for it that bad, you're probably not gonna get it. Your conduct is everything.
Kids are scared of him coming to school and taking them, which he's did.
He wants to rule the world, Trump, that's not gonna happen. Even in 3 years, they unfortunately the American people are stuck with him for another 3 years. We have another Muppet coming in to our parliament because I made fun of the last prime minister, which is still running the country. Well, he's not really. Um, they say he's running the country by paper, right?
Talking about Tony Blair.
No, Keir Starmer.
Um,
Yeah, I did 2 lives on him. He stepped down speech. I couldn't help myself with that one. Genuine. Now he appointed a new person. Now, when they appoint a new person, that is not the person the people of the UK want in office at all. So, and I'm not saying this, and I'm going to be very fucking honest when I say this. In Ireland, I never voted in Ireland. I was never into politics. For a long time, I've lived in the UK, never been into politics. But my God, and I get the voting cards all the time.
something's gotta
And I'd
change.
normally just catch them and throw them in the bin. But this time around, I will be voting. And I'm probably the 1% of people who don't do it. So anyone who's listening in the UK, if you're the 1% like me, make your decision, get up and do the vote. because I'm definitely going to do it this time around. And that will be the first time in my life that I actually voted. And I'm not into, like I said, I've never been into politics, not one bit.
Oh, I used to. I broke the TV during
Hmm.
the politics I was listening to.
My favorite prime minister of the UK was
What?
Boris Johnson. I mean, this was the funny fella with the messed up hair, blonde head, used to zip line down through London. I mean, to me, and he was so fat and the zip line stopped. That to me, call it what it is, but I thought it was hilarious. I didn't vote him in. He was voted in by the people. And but there was something on his face when we had C19 come on, and he went on TV, and he was, to be honest, you could see in his face he was being truthful. He was saying many people are going to lose their lives. You could see it in his face. But the Keir Starmer's in now. Makes me wonder, is it a fucking robot, to be quite honest, because it has no anything, no compassion, no. The only time I seen him have compassion was when I wish my wife and my children, this is the job I love. I was like, get fucked. That's yeah, whatever. This man is worth millions of pounds. And if you were going to put that millions of pounds into the US money, it probably comes a hell of a lot more. you know? And yeah, nah, he's a shady shit. Scroll TikTok, up there has some amount of stuff on him on TikTok. You're not blocked. I'm glad I'm blocked. I can't be nice. Mr. C, you're not blocked. I don't. No one gets blocked in this channel unless I say so. But we did have a little bit of fun when I decided to do fair use on him, and I don't take that back for 1 minute. I don't tend to go with the politics with America. I do watch everything what's going on, but I try not to comment because I'm not an American voter. I don't get the right to vote in America, anyways. So no, it'd be very hard for me to say this, that, and everything else. I can have an opinion, I guess, but other than that, that's as far as that will ever go. But I do have an opinion on Trump, and yeah, I think he fooled the people.
He did. He promised so much shit, and he came in and damaged stuff that's gonna run our country for years.
Ah, make American great again.
Yeah, that was his
Mega, mega. Is that right? Mega. Yeah, bullshit. It worked. Yeah, I guess it worked. I mean,
He's turning our country into a third world country.
but Tony, I wouldn't give up because I do believe that can be brought back. I say the same thing about the UK. The UK has seen things that they've never really experienced since I would say the Blitz, but I do believe that strong people and I do believe that the countries can be brought back. I would never give up, you know. Like I said, I honestly registered. I could do everything in Ireland, vote, all that. The UK, the very same. Never voted, never voted, never. I'm the 1% who those who don't vote. But I will be voting in the next general election, and I'm going to say that straight up because I will. I feel so bad for whoever takes office next. They will have to clean up. Yep, yep. What happens, Mackenzie, is they're going to inherit. Let me get this word right. They're going to have to inherit, and I'm fucking saying that word wrong again. Okay, I'm going to change that word. They're going to have to clean up the bloody mess of the last person who went in there.
And Biden wasn't no good either.
Nah, he was like, yeah.
It's like, who is gonna go buy puppies?
Nah, he was like, no, he shouldn't have been in there. Seriously, I mean, I remember one time we were doing a news conference. Heather, you might remember this one. And we were waiting for Biden to come out. I think I waited like over half an hour for Biden to come out. He said 3 or 4 words and he was gone again. And I do recall Heather saying, I'm embarrassed by that. And I goes, well, that's what it is, you know? Like it is with old Kiris. It's funny how they start balling crime when they're put out of office. They're not crying because of the people, they're crying because they're losing the paycheck. But they don't need to cry for too much because they're already multimillionaires and they have a thing called a pension. So
But they do, Miss T.
I think, genuinely, I don't think it's about the money with half of them. I think it's about the power. I don't, I genuinely, half the time I think about it, I was like, yeah, you're not short of anything, You've a multi-million dollar or property, you're not short of anything. It's not about money, it's about power. It's about running the country, more or less. They have that right, you see.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, the UK and the US people are suffering right now. But it's not, I mean, like I said, you have 3 more years left. That will go quick. The 3 years will go quick in America. We do have an election, probably, I think, if I correct myself right or wrong, it could. There's two things that can happen in the UK. It's called a snap election, is a really quick election, or we're gonna have to wait another 3 years, like you guys in America. But they are gonna place someone in there instead of the moron they had in there in the first place, which they're only putting in another moron. In other words, the people didn't vote for him.
I'll be right back, Susan.
No, you're all right. You need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, just mute yourself and we're good.
I don't take my phone in there.
Yeah, don't. You don't want to make that mistake. One hundred degrees humidity in New York. Wow. Try to come over here and sit with no AC. Literally, it's fucking hard. Fall is the funniest way from the next summer. So fall is always my favorite. I don't like fall. Well, I guess because we have a different fall in the UK, which we call autumn. We call it autumn, and basically all the leaves are falling off the trees, and it's getting cold and it's getting breezy, and you're like, oh. And before you know it, I mean, between 4:30 and 5, it's dark. And it took me quite a while to come out of that winter, going to bed in the winter. And now it's going to take me quite a while because when I wake up, it's like 6 in the morning. And normally when I wake up at 6 in the morning, it's normally dark, but now it's bright. So yeah, that's going to be something, you know. And once again, there's a thing called seasonal depression. You don't need to be diagnosed with anything, it's just seasonal depression. You know, that's not a major big deal. I guess that's kind of the last year problems, more or less, but it is there. There's tons and tons of people who suffer with a thing called seasonal depression. You know, the nights get longer and the days get shorter. Yeah, I hate that. I really hate that. That was brutal. Winters here in the UK are known to be brutal, but then again, we're kind of used to that. But
Does it come early for you there?
yeah, I would say it does. Yeah, and that's why we get a thing called seasonal depression, which has
Yeah,
tons and tons of
me
people.
too.
Look, that's outside my realm of being diagnosed with things because I've been diagnosed with a few different things, but seasonal depression would be kind of like a light one to me. Um,
I hibernate during the winter.
yeah, so do
I
I.
can't
I
sleep
intend to do
during
that.
the winter. It hurts my bones.
Right. I like
Like
people to come out and sit in the sun.
rain. I know it's gonna rain before it even rains because it starts hurting my body.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes they'll barometer or something. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I
Yeah,
love sunrise.
that those whole doctor words, very hard to pronounce it, but hell, I get it wrong. But I know seasonal depression is one of them, and you don't have to have crazy, off the wall mental health to have that. You might find that I'll come on YouTube a lot more when we go into the winter. I'll put it that way. With the summer now, I just keep researching. But I had to come on because I wasn't up taking anyone's side. I was speaking how I felt, and I was one who dropped off panel. No one put me off panel. I don't have anything. To me, look, Tony, you can take this a different way, but for what I went through, I've learned to move on and leave it alone. You know, but Tony, your situation is completely different than mine,
Yeah, she's
and
threatening to
Tabitha's is.
kill him again, and I ain't going through that shit again.
Just try to come on when you can and have a bit of fun and not think too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And before I did this live tonight, I was actually doing the Mackenzie Sharilla case. I was actually literally laying that one out there, big time.
yeah. My daughter said she goes to a podcast. and you get a
Mm,
lot more information on that podcast. I'll have
no,
to
that,
look what it's called.
d- Tony, if you got Netflix,
Yeah, I watched that.
did you watch The Crash?
Yeah.
Right. When you're bored, go on and type in her name, and you're gonna find a hell of a lot more, which Netflix won't even show.
Out of
Which
prison.
no, she's still there. The judge said she will
Still
never
there.
likely be out of prison. She will never probably get out.
I
You're
forget
talking
what she
about
was.
you're talking about a woman who, at 17 years of age, I know it's very young, who decided to crash a car 100 miles per hour into a fucking brick wall. Now, even actually before Purple came live, I paused what I was watching just to listen in. There's a lot more rabbit holes I'm going to go down on that one. Her TikToks, my God. 3 months after the crash, she decided to dress up like a corpse for Halloween. And I don't know if that's tone deaf or what the hell is going on there. Your boyfriend lost his life in the most horrendous, horrible way possible, and you're dressed up as a corpse. I don't know if I can't even say it's young because don't think I don't. Number one, I wouldn't be doing 100 miles per hour, but I don't think that if my partner or my boyfriend passed away, that I would dress up like that. It was at a Halloween.
They made a big deal about that.
They did, and it's not about what she dressed up as; it's the timing of it all. I would say it was more the timing of anything else.
Her
You're,
boyfriend was saying that she was driving crazy with him in the car before.
yeah.
He told people he didn't want to ride with her because she
Why
was crazy.
why he even bloody got into the car that night, I'll never know. But look, hindsight is 2020 vision.
Yeah.
You look at them and think, oh, she was being reckless before. No, I'm not getting in the car with that person. But they left the house at 5 in the morning. The crash happened in around 6 to 6:15. The crash was not discovered for a couple of hours later, you know, because she did it in an industrial area where there was hardly no one around. There was one man who was driving a moped and he spotted it and called it in. Only for that, I mean, it would have been sitting there a lot longer. And it's very interesting to know that how did her head get underneath the dashboard? Did she duck before the car hit? Just interesting to me. Why that particular night that she put on her seatbelt when she was seen in umpteen TikTok posts with no seatbelt? I don't know, it's weird. And the injuries of her boyfriend were, Tony, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say what it was. I know what it is, but I don't really want to say it because it's horrendous.
It is.
Hmm.
See, my daughter has a different view on it.
Yeah, what do you think?
She thinks that it wasn't intentional, but she didn't murder him.
But how does your daughter explain the 100% acceleration, which makes 100 miles per hour?
Um, I didn't ask her that.
Okay, yeah, it's the speed what kind of tells you everything.
She's been watching a podcast on all of it that tells more information.
Yeah, no, I've been watching it like crazy. And the more I keep digging, the more I keep finding. It's like never ending, to be honest. The more you dig, the more you're gonna find, the more you're gonna hear. The prison calls. Oh, I didn't like how they explained her boyfriend's name Dom's injuries or the Davian's injuries. When is my commissary coming? Straight after that. I mean, once again, tone deaf. You're talking about two people that you want alive, and you're saying, "Oh, when can I get my commissary?" Whatever they call that there in America, prisons.
Yeah,
That's very tone deaf. Why did I have to say what happened to them? Why did I have to hear it? Oh, by the way, Mom, when did my commissary come in? It's absolutely. And yes, I get she was only 17 years of age. I get all that. But she did try to unalive him 2 weeks prior.
yeah,
And Tony was all because he wanted to break up with her.
yeah. And she drove reckless with him in the car before.
She did, yeah. Mhm.
Uh,
And did you not see the clothes he was buying her? The skins, the Gucci, but all these really high branded names. I mean, he really looked after her. He looked after her diet. Although a lot of people did comment and say she looked like someone who was on the sea. It starts to crack. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Do I believe
And
she was taking that? No. But she resembled the person who was. Because she was, what was her weight? 85 pounds. That's way underweight.
yeah,
Since she's been in prison now, she's gone up to somewhere with a decent,
yeah, I seen where she was in court and she did gain weight.
yeah. All right, Mrs. T, you take care of yourself, sweetheart.
Bye, honey.
I'll be getting off here in a bit anyway because it's 12:08 here in the UK and I'm way past my bedtime, for sure. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, so to speak, which is my normal time of waking up, but I normally go to bed earlier than this. Especially when I'm on my own, Tony, I just go to bed early,
Yeah,
which is a good thing. Sleep is a good thing.
yeah, I go to
But
bed early, like at 7 o'clock,
yeah,
30.
yeah. Sleep,
It's I need to fall asleep.
sleep when you gotta sleep, Tony. Always remember that one. If you want to go in and lie down, go sleep for a bit, do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Heather, she did. My cousin dressed as a nun on Halloween and went into labor that night and had her baby.
Oh wow. As a nun, that's funny. Gotta admit. Well, the Immaculate Conception, right? My God, that's funny, Heather.
Thank
I,
you. Miss T.
Look, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I am way overtired. I gotta go to bed. It's been lovely hanging out with all you lovely people. I enjoy it. I enjoy Tony being on my panel. I enjoy everyone coming in, and they have the freedom to speak of whatever they want to speak about. Once again, look, I don't have no ill will about any person. I don't. I don't. I'm just no.
Bye, Mackenzie.
Tony, I know you may feel different about that, but in order for me to try to get better, I need to move on, kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, you
And
gotta.
I know your situation was different than my situation, and you know,
Yeah, but she used to say some foul things about your
no,
son.
look, I totally agree with you. I mean, my God, why? It's kind of like a scab. Why keep scratching that scab? You know what I
She
mean?
always brings kids into it. Always. She brought your kid into some shit. You had to go through hell listening to it.
Yeah, I know. I know. Saying that I was this, that, and everything else when Genuinely did no one had a clue, you know.
Pooh just did a great post.
They did well.
They did a great post.
Oh really? What's the food say?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go check it out after I get off here.
Yeah.
Bye,
Right
Mickey.
guys. I don't have any going out intro because um I can't afford to pay for StreamYards.
I'm using the free stuff.
Right. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but you just can't play your intros.
Yeah,
Which is kinda weird because when you're used to playing an intro you it's kinda weird when you can't. But
I can't even get the background like yours is. I
I'm
don't
stuck with
know.
the same background. That's been the background for a while. I I have so many different backgrounds. I can't even change it. And if I pay for
If I get
the
background.
streamers, it basically what it does is it'll open it all up to me. But it's $88 per month.
Yeah, I'm using the free time
Yeah, you use your free time. Keep doing that.
because it is.
The only downfall is we can't play our intros or
I
outgoing
don't
even.
use that fancy stuff. Yeah, you
Yeah.
better wrench me up, Susan.
I will, Tony. When I get off this live, I will do so. What I do is I'll go back and look at the live, and I will hit you as a moderator.
We've been friends for a long time.
Oh, I know, Hunt. I know. Now just interrupt that things were going crazy at one point, and people were literally throwing back their wrenches. So I took a load of them back and wrenched up only a few, you know, and that's what I did.
Yeah,
And it's not like you said anything, you know. It's not you. I'm not about you at all. But no, what I do, I can't do anything when I put this live on, it's gonna say in progress. That's how a monetized channel works. But by tomorrow, I can go back in all the comments, and I can hit you up on that way. So when you come in the next time, you just come in and say hi, and before you know it, you'll have to accept the rent.
bye, Miss T.
Yeah, I'm gonna say good night to everyone. I'm over my bedtime. I'm before I start getting slurry or anything like that, because my sleep meds are gonna come in right now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I don't want to be accused of anything, but
Yeah.
because I've been pretty good.
Well, I'll let you go so you can get some rest and go to bed.
Tony, I will catch you on the next one, sweetheart. I
All
won't be
right.
live tomorrow, but I will be probably live the next day.
All right.
All right, lovely. Talk to you soon. You take care on.
See you soon. Love you, Susan.
Love you, Lois, Tony.